Total Showdown!
Welcome to Total Showdown for this epic battle for the ages. I'm your host, Albert Westheimer.
And I'm Dunrock Grimshield.
Our fight today sees the proud and elegant High Elves face off against the savage meat and might of the Greenskins. The sun is shining, and it's now a matter of time before the ground is soaked in blood. So let's take a look at how our two armies are lining up today. The Elves are being led by a lord overseeing the field on Eagleback. And now for a look at their infantry. It appears they've brought a good quantity of spearmen with them today, no doubt anticipating some green-skin monstrous units.
There's some shiny show-off white lions of Thrace.
As expected, there are the famous elven archers.
I'll say one thing about them. They've got range.
And it would seem as though they have brought a mage with them.
I hate magic.
Some chariots positioned out on their left flank, along with what appears to be 3 units of shock cavalry, likely hoping to outmaneuver their opponents.
Dragonfire is no joke. It's horrible stuff.
Also bringing the heat is a phoenix, and maybe we'll see a famous phoenix firebomb.
Ah, some artillery, that's more like it. Nothing beats some good artillery.
Now to the Orcs. There is their war boss on Wyvernback, a fearsome creature that will be looking to disembowel with tooth and claw. And on his left, 2 rogue idols, lumbering creatures, one with ranged attack.
I tell you what, for something so stupid, it's scarily accurate.
And here we have some goblins atop spiders, very agile creatures. And there's the snuttling pump wagons, chaos and mayhem on wheels.
Ah, Roddy hates squigs. Where's a slayer when you need one? And speaking of slayers, they'd be mighty handy against those monstrous trolls here today.
Orcs are uncultured at the best of times, but what these savage orcs lack in manners, they more than make up for in ferocity. Ah, and there's the Goblin Doomdiver catapults. We'll be keeping an eye out for their kamikaze flights.
They've nothing on the sophistication of dwarf artillery, but they are surprisingly effective.
More goblin units as they bring fanatic archers, ferocious little beasts. As if they didn't already have enough brawn, 2 units of black orcs and a unit of crimson killers. It's going to take a lot to break them down. Well, the battle appears to be getting underway, so let's head down to the field as we bring you all the action live. The Orcs on the move from the start, Squigs moving out to the right-hand side, seemingly towards where the Dragon, Phoenix, and Cavalry are. The rest of the force moving in the direction of the Elves, who are taking up their formation on the hillside.
That's a smart move right there. Using that hillside and the sunken ground in front to their ranged advantage.
And the Orcs on the move, seemingly in a state of organized chaos compared to the Elves' absolute order and unity. We go now to our Orc correspondent on the touchlines for his expert opinion. Over to you, Dirk.
The boys is on the move 'cause they seized them. And 'cause they seized them, they goes to kill them.
Thank you very much for that, Dirk. And it looks as though we're here. Yes, there it is. There's the first shot from the Doom Diver catapult of the battle. The intended target looking as though it's going to be the chariots, and it's a near miss. Some potential damage done though.
I tell you now, if that were dwarven artillery, that would not have been a miss.
We have some missile exchange as the cavalry move round to the left-hand side of the battlefield, drawing the goblins over with them, and seemingly catching the attention of the rogue idols.
Hold up a minute, what's that there? Is that a mage on horseback? How did we miss that?
You do appear to be right, Dunrock, but we are going to have to come back to you in just a moment, for we have got the first shot from the rogue idol of the day, and it is a near miss on the chariots. Some damage done there, though, it does seem. And there's the snotling wagons, and here is that mage you were talking about, riding across the battlefield. But we're going to see another throw from the rogue idol, and that seems to be veering way off course. But now we're going to see the first major statement of intent from the elves, a magical shot directed across the battlefield, and it's connected with the black orcs, and that does appear to have drawn the attention and the ire of the rogue idol, who launches a ranged attack, and that will do some damage to that mage.
It's looking like the Goblin Doomdarbies have chosen their next target. That seems to be headed for the infantry line.
Our Goblin Boys is gonna mess them up good and proper!
Thank you very much, Cobbler, bringing you all of those expert insights from the goblins as the Night Goblin fanatics launch a volley of fire at the chariots. But what's this in the top left? It's a unit of horseback archers from the elves, unseen still by the green skins, as that rogue idol is going to launch another attack at the mage, and it's a hit! It's a palpable hit! And those horse archers letting loose their first volley of fire, aiming at the Doom Diver catapults, but those trees forming a good barrier of defense. The rogue idol now spotted them, unable to break the tree line as well. Here we see the bolt throwers. Now the savage orcs in range. Oh, look at that has got to hurt.
Oh, yes. Now that's a sight for sore doughy eyes. You'll love to see it.
The greenskins out on the left flank of the elves looking to respond. But now we go to Kizanthiel, as the Elven cavalry have spotted them. Kizanthiel.
These greenskins will offer no contest to our cavalry. We shall be victorious, for Asurion, Ulthuan will prevail.
Strong fighting words from Kizanthiel there, but we bring your attention now to the Phoenix. It looks as though we're going to see an Ember Storm. Yes, we are, right down on those Night Goblin fanatics.
There's not an awful lot you can do when one of them dive bombs on you. That's gotta work.
And I'm hearing that we're getting word from Cobbler. Over to you, Cobbler.
Them kids is shooting at us! They's taking out our snotlings! It's not fair!
If you're not careful, those elven archers will really punish you. The orc line now advancing towards the elves, and here comes the war boss on Wyvern. Archers launching a volley, but it's not going to stop him, and here we go. The war boss now in combat, landing a devastating blow on that mage as the snotlings follow behind.
We's gonna show these geeks what the boys is all about! Those archers at the back don't seem to have done much to stop the Doomdiver catapults. They've still got one working, and it's launching at the archers.
And speaking of archers, we're seeing those savage orc archers launching a volley of fire at the Elf Lord, who responds with a magic attack on the rogue idol, soon to arrive at the elven front line. This is where we're going to see those spears put to good use. That's what they're here for, these monstrous units. But in the top left, do I see, yes, the dragon about to launch a fiery breath as we see the rogue idol arrive at that elven infantry line. But what am I hearing? It seems as though the orc war boss is fleeing.
The coward flees. Nothing can stand before the might of Ulthuan.
This war boss now in a perilous position, fleeing but still in range of those elven archers as they launch a volley of fire, and that's it! The war boss is down as his body falls to the floor.
What we gonna do now? We's done for!
Shut your mouth, you horrible mangy little runt, or I'll comes over there and shuts it for ya!
As you can hear already, the loss of their war boss is having a devastating effect on the morale of the Greenskins. A magic attack there directed at the Black Orcs, but it's going to take a lot more than that to take them down. Now, why have the Elven cavalry stopped just shy of their target? Who knows? But here comes the charge. They have lost some momentum there. An interesting choice. And we're seeing here the Phoenix going in for another dive bomb.
The boys is getting burned and the boss is gone! What's we gonna do?
It's not looking good for the Greenskins. And it seems as though that dragon and Phoenix have seen something at the back of the battlefield.
You do appear to be right. The dragon and Phoenix, with some definite intent in their flight. Something spotted at the back of the battlefield. There it is! There it is! It's a unit of night goblins, unspotted and seeking to attack the elven bolters from the rear, but the dragon getting a breath in as the night goblins make contact with those bolters, and here comes the Phoenix seeking to rout them. Elven infantry there, surrounded now by the black orcs and night goblins. There are at least 3 units of elven infantry unused just to their right. Oh my! Look at that! It's the elven mage one-on-one with the rogue idol, and you really have to feel for that mage. This is not a fair battle. Oh, would you look at that! A clean stomp in half.
Now that's what I'm talking about. The boys may be getting killed, but the boys is doing killing and making a mess.
Doug, they're finding something to be happy about, even in the midst of what does seem to be a resounding defeat. There is the rogue idol, and you have to wonder how much more fight it has in it, and there it goes! That's the rogue idol done, as it crumbles and falls.
I'll never get tired of the sight of that. But right at the other end of the battlefield, the other rogue idol is caught up with those elven archers on horseback, and now they're gonna get drawn into melee combat. That is not a fight they're gonna win.
I'm sorry to interrupt you there, Dunrook, but we go down to Cobbler. What have you got for us, Cobbler?
We's not going down without a fight! We still got magics to use!
Even in the face of defeat, these greenskins still hell-bent on wreaking destruction. Another glorious firestorm there from the Phoenix, as we're seeing these night goblins, unable to be broken, determined to go head-to-head with the elven cavalry. Really, you have to wonder, what are they hoping to achieve?
Finally, we're seeing those damn pointy-eared infantry actually do something about those Black Orcs.
And it seems as though the mage is getting... No, the mage is being defended from the trolls by the Lord, who has now flown down to the ground to engage in melee combat. And at the other end of the field, we see those horseback archers drawing the rogue down now into the main area of conflict as the Black Orcs are routed.
What do they think they're doing? Orcs don't run. Orcs stays and fight. Orcs kills to the end.
Oh dear, that's one unhappy Doug. And I'm really hoping I won't have to deal with him back in the studio after this battle is over. We are now seeing the total and utter destruction of the Greenskins as they rout. And we go now to Kazanthiel for some words on the battle.
Oh no. Do we really have to?
This was a fight that was never in question. The Lord will be happy with the performance of her troops today. We fight for Ulthuan. We fight for all order.
All right there, pointy ears. Calm down. No need to get carried away.
Well, I'm afraid to say, Dunrook, that looking at the troops left on the battlefield, this has been a resounding defeat for the Greenskins, but more importantly, this has been a total success for the High Elves.
That may well be the case, Albert, but you're not gonna catch me saying it out loud. I will say, though, I have greatly enjoyed seeing so many dead Greenskins this day.
Yes, Dunrook, I did have to say I was thinking you would be enjoying this. The elven infantry now arriving at the rogue idol, who gets off a leaping attack and deals out some damage. You have to say now, it's simply a matter of how many kills can this rogue idol get off before it goes down. And going in for a lumbering, sweeping attack, sending those infantry flying. Over here we do see a few Night Goblin fanatics still on the field. They are, of course, unbreakable, much like that rogue idol, and will refuse to leave until they're all dead, which is now, surely, simply a matter of time. Those white lines of Thrace. Oh! Decapitation for that Night Goblin fanatic, decapitated by a lance, as the white lions of Thrace surround the rogue idol. And there it is, total and utter surround, with a mere handful of Night Goblins still on the field, and they are sent flying and left bloodied on the battlefield.
These cavalry units are just playing him out with these Night Goblins now. Oh! I won't mind watching that one back again later.
And there it is. The rogue idol has fallen, leaving merely a small handful of Night Goblins left. It looks as though it's just the one, and here comes a volley of arrows, and there it is. That final Night Goblin fanatic lays dead upon the battlefield.
It's been a bad day for the boys, but we'll be back, and we'll be back stronger than ever. By Gog and Mook!
Doug there with some fighting talk never likes to see his team lose, and today it has been a resounding defeat. That High Elf Lord there will take home a lot of praise, and rightly so, getting the tactics today just right. And that's it from us here for the first ever episode of Total Showdown. We hope you have enjoyed it.
And if you'd like to see one of your battles turned into an episode of Total Showdown, head to the description underneath the video.
These videos are all made by one person and are very labor-intensive. So if you did enjoy, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing.
And we'll see you next time.
Total Showdown.